queer and get used to it. That's what International Drag Day is all about, baby. It's like pride, but explicitly for drag queens. That's the best way to describe it. It's just celebrating drag.
Which is one of my favorite things, which is why we're here.
There are a few of my favorite things. I can't sing anymore or it's getting copywritten, but there you go. We all know the song. We all know the song.
Everyone will just sing along with us.
Yes. Sing along at home. Sing along at home.
I want to ask you, everyone talks about how drag is so powerful. So I want to ask where you get your power from.
Oh, where do I get my power from? My power really comes from my humor. And it's weird. I have my humor when I'm out of drag, but somehow all the elements come together when I'm in drag. And seemingly you would think you'd be more vulnerable in drag because, you know, you're wearing high heels. If someone pushed you, you're more likely to fall over. But it's weird how freeing drag is. So that mixed with my sense of humor, which is a great asset of mine, it just is just the perfect thing for me. I love my sense of humor. That's what I'm celebrating today.
And this is International Drag Day. So I want to ask you, why is it so important that we have all this representation of drag all over the world?
Listen, I don't know how to answer your question because looking around the room, the representation is intertrashional. No, I'm kidding. No, listen, it's so important to see drag from every area of the globe because not all drag is Americanized, not all drag is British, not all drag is French. You know, we all make up our different kind of communities, and it's nice to see, you know, people watching at home, and hopefully what they'll take away from seeing this is they'll see people that they see themselves in and they say, oh, they speak like me, they sound like me, I never knew I could do it. And I remember being a fan of RuPaul's Drag Race when I was growing up and seeing RuPaul and going, oh, but I'll never be able to do that because they're all in America and here I am in Glasgow, and then I won a season. Like that's the power of drag, truly. So I think it's just really important to hear everyone's stories, everyone's perspectives, and see that drag happens all around the world, and drag varies wherever you are in the world.
Do you have a favorite drag queen of all time?
Oh, baby, don't do this to me. Who do I love? I love so many drag queens. I love, of course, RuPaul is my hero. My mum's the biggest RuPaul fan. And I really owe a lot to RuPaul because my mum loves the song Supermodel. You know, my mum heard it back in the 90s. And I do think sometimes if my mum wasn't a fan of Ru and if Ru didn't exist, would she be as accepting of me as she is, you know? And that makes me really respect Ru and respect Ru's kind of grit and determination back in the day where you'd get chased, hit, killed. You know, it was really, really taboo, and Ru really broke into the mainstream. So I love Ru, but Ru girl wise, I love Bianca Del Rio. I'm inspired. I love her. Who else do I love? I just love workhorse drag queens, queens that love working. Oh, I love Derek Barry, Coco Montrese. I love Joe Black from my season of RuPaul's Drag Race. I just love drag. That's why I'm here. I just love drag.
And then my last thing for you, we kind of talked about a little bit of drag being under attack and the climate of what's going on right now.
The climate right now, let me tell you, politically it's rough, but temperature-wise, the climate's also very tough right now for me. It's very smelly right now in Hollywood because I am sweating. But, you know, drag is under attack, and I think it's really bizarre to see just the narrative people seem to spin on why drag. You know, I always, you know, talk to my friends about this. Isn't it so weird that back, you know, even 3-4 years ago, the thing was you would get shouted a slur. You know, a homophobic slur would be what was shouted at you. Now I feel that the kind of right wing have discovered, oh, that doesn't really work. Because then they take those slurs and they kind of make it their own. oh, we need to start calling them groomers now. Oh, okay, we'll do that. I think it's crazy, I think drag queens are really at the forefront of the queer community, and we need to stand up for our trans brothers and sisters, our non-binary pals. We've really got to stand up for them, because when you look at trans people, think about trans people back, at school. Say you represented male in school, right? You were born male. You would get called in school, oh, you're not a boy, you're a girl. Oh, have you got a vagina? Now, all of a sudden it's, you could never have a vagina, you're not a real woman. I'm like, what are these mental gymnastics you're trying to do on queer people? And it's obvious to me, this is not about children, it's not about anything. It's just this kind of mindset we all have of, oh, well, you think you're that, well, you're not that. It's that kind of bullying mindset that, was in school, when we were all in school, that's kind of trickled its way into politics and society. It's really scary, and I just think being visible right now is scary, but it's also really empowering, because people should be able to do. Listen, you're allowed to be straight, but you're also allowed to be gay, bi, trans, non-binary, whatever. That's the world we live in. We're all different, and we need to celebrate it,
Absolutely. And that's part of why we're here and celebrating International Drag Day, right?
Yeah, we are.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Mwah. Have a good day.